Hey YCC kids, we've got a brand new topic for you today. So we've got Lauren and we've got Stan, and they are doing the talk. And then C-Stan is doing the craft for us. So are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get going.
Oh, hi Lauren!
Hi Stan!
Lauren?
Yes, Stan.
I am super ready to hear a story about a new Bible superhero!
Actually Stan, we're going to be looking at something a little bit different from now on. We've got a new topic.
Are we going to be looking at supervillains instead? Oh, I'm really excited for the new Loki series coming out on Disney+.
Actually Stan, we're going to be looking at things Jesus said about himself. Jesus told us loads of things about himself and about God, and we're going to be looking at some of those things. He said things like, I am the light, I am the true vine, I am,
like how I am an orange?
I think you mean you are like the colour orange, but kind of like that. Speaking of oranges and food, did you know Jesus said he was like a food? Do you know which food?
Lasagna?
No, Jesus didn't say I am the lasagna of life. He said I am the bread of life. Do you know what that means?
That Jesus was a sandwich?
Not quite. I'll tell you a little story and maybe we can figure it out together.
Yay!
So, one day, Jesus and his disciples were out in the countryside and they had a large crowd following them. It was late and the people were getting really hungry, and Jesus performed a miracle where he fed 5,000 people.
I know the story. It was so cool. And he fed everyone with just 5 loaves and 2 fishies. Lauren, you already told the story before.
Well, yes, but actually there's a second part to this story. Jesus and his disciples then left the crowds and crossed over the Sea of Galilee. The next day, the crowds came back looking for Jesus. They really liked the miracle that he performed because he gave them free food. The people were looking everywhere for him, but they couldn't see him. Then somebody said, "We saw the disciples get in a boat and cross the lake. Maybe Jesus went there too." So off the crowds went looking for Jesus. They piled into boats and they rowed and they rowed and they crossed over the sea and they went to a nearby town. And can you guess who they found in this town?
Donald Trump?
No, they didn't find Donald Trump. They found Jesus. And when they found him, they said, "Jesus, we've been looking all over for you. When did you get here?" And Jesus said, "You've been looking for me very hard, but not because you believe in me. It's because you're hoping I'm going to give you free food." And then the people said, "If you give us free food again, then maybe we'll believe." Isn't that cheeky?
Well, I don't have cheeks, Lauren.
Well, Jesus said something very important. He said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." Stan, can you have a think about what this story means?
So, if Jesus is like bread, and bread fills us up, and gives us energy, and keeps us alive, then so does Jesus.
Exactly. Jesus is all we need. No snack or food or normal bread will ever truly satisfy us, but knowing Jesus will give us life forever.
Yay!
So, shall we have a craft to remind us of this story?
Yay!
Okay.
Wow, thank you Lauren and Stan. That was an amazing story, and it made me kind of hungry. Speaking of which, how about we just make some food? So, here I have some paper, and I have some scissors, and you could have different colors of paper. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out some food to remind us that Jesus is the bread of life. So, out of this paper, I'm gonna cut out a slice of bread. All right, so you can cut something out that looks like this. I'm sure you'll do a much better job than I would. But once you have your food, so I cut out my piece of bread, you can write down, Jesus is the bread of life. So you can write that down, or you can write down something you're thankful for, like Jesus, thank you for giving me food so I can have energy, or Jesus gives me energy, or something like that. So once you've written something down, then you can take a paper plate, styrofoam plate, take some glue, and we'll stick our food on there, just like that. And so, we're gonna go in, I'll grab another colored piece of paper, I'm gonna cut out a piece of broccoli because we should be eating healthy. This kind of looks like a tree, but I'm gonna write down here, Jesus takes care of me. Just something that reminds you that Jesus is there for you and he's the bread of life, like we said. And so just glue it back on, and slowly but surely, you will have a plate full of food. And it will remind you that Jesus is there for you and he feeds you, he takes care of you, he's the bread of life. So I hope you enjoy this. Please send us pictures of your crafts, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!